Oh, yeah. All right, come on, guys, let's go. We gotta go.
In Brownsville, Texas, a group of Americans prepare to cross the U.S. border and head to Matamoros, Mexico.
Okay, let's do it.
They travel through the heart of Matamoros as they head to Ciudad de los Niños, an orphanage on the outskirts of town built by John Shinsky, a Michigan State alumnus.
I come down here about once every 4 to 6 weeks. I think it's very important for our children to see me, to see other adults that support them. You know, I have a philosophy that I believe that your true judgment comes during the most difficult times. Well, my father died when I was 8 years old, and it was very difficult for my mother to raise me. My community was tough. I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a rambunctious kid. 2 gentlemen showed up at the door and put me in a car, and I had my little suitcase, and I went off to Palmerdale Orphanage. I was hoping that I would come back, but I never did. But it was my mother's interest to do what was best for me at that time. I didn't really understand it at that time, but that began a whole new chapter of my life.
John spent 3 years at the orphanage before being adopted by a family in northern Ohio. There he began to thrive in the classroom and in football. In 1970, John earned a football scholarship to Michigan State, where he starred as a defensive tackle and served as the team's co-captain. After graduation, he stayed in Lansing, working for 2 decades in special education. In 1998, John was working in Brownsville, Texas as a special education consultant when he was told about the problems of abandoned children right across the border.
I never knew there was a Matamoros, Mexico. All I knew is there were kids in Matamoros who needed help. And they're the kind of kids that I felt I was, you know, abandoned. Children that really don't have a family support system.
When he said he wanted to build the orphanage, I was all in support of it. That had been his dream for as long as I've known him. But I also thought, how in the world are we going to do this?
Hola!
To build the orphanage, John needed to raise money. One of his many fundraising initiatives involved enlisting 2 of his former Spartan football teammates to join him on a 2,000-mile cross-country bike ride, beginning at Spartan Stadium in East Lansing and finishing in Matamoros. The ride raised nearly $175,000.
It just took a great deal of work on our part and with all of our friends and family back in Lansing and Michigan State family and our communities all pulled together in various different activities to raise money. Holy cow, look at that. Yeah. These are the key people who have been involved with the orphanage. A lot of great people who have donated to this program. This facility cost us about $40 a square foot, so we raised close to $1 million just on our own to get this facility up.
After 4 years of planning, fundraising, traveling, and construction, the 9-building facility was finally completed in 2009.
I want them to see this as their home. This is their home. It's not my home. And I want our children to see that they have the capabilities of giving back themselves. And then I want them to be able to incorporate that into their lives and into their children's lives and then into their community.
Since opening, 38 children moved into the orphanage, but building a place to live is only part of John's mission. Providing education is the other.
Here at the Rotary School, we have several children going to the school. I think we have 10 right now. And then we have another group of children that we have to really work at getting them established to get a foundation so that they can get into a good school. Let's go into a classroom. So nice to meet you. I'm with Ciudad de los Niños. Every one of their teachers said how good they are in school. I saw how happy the kids are to be in school. So every second that I spend, you know, is a major contribution to a life of what I saw before in the dump to now what I see now in one of the best schools in Matamoros.
He's not doing this for the recognition. He's not doing it for rewards. He's doing it just to make a difference in the lives of children. And what a true gift that is to the kids.
If it weren't for John and what he's done here at Ciudad de los Niños, these kids would be wards of the state. They would basically take the kids for a while, let the family cool off, and then send them back to the same horrible situations.
For the first time, many of these children have a home and stability, and they have love, and they have food on the table, and they have the spirituality that keeps them protected.
I want them to see this is their home, take pride in it, and be proud to be able to show it to other people. I cannot wait until I see our children graduate from college and to see them take a job. And when I see them step up and doing the kinds of things that we've been doing to provide leadership and example for them, it's going to be the greatest gift I could ever have.